Welcome back to the channel. Anton Daniels had another panel. He had this Melly girl on there. There was this conversation about how when a woman leaves a good man, she always has a reason. And it disturbed me on a cellular level. We're going to get into it. I think one of the ladies even justified leaving a good man for being boring, something that we talk about all the time. Hit the subscribe button, also hit the notification bell. Let's not waste 1 minute.
Basically, what she was basically saying is that women don't leave good men at all. Women never leave good men. And 9 times out of 10, if a woman has left a good guy, then there's something wrong with him or he did something wrong. Slimmy, why are you shaking your head?
We just talked about it. That's cap.
That women leave good men all the time?
Yeah, I hear so many stories about, oh, I should have never left him. He was good to me. Yeah, she's lying. She lying, man. Women leave good guys all the time. They're not exciting enough. Whatever the reason or the rationale is, they do leave. Like, and then they regret it later on, and they try to spin the block, and it never works.
Is he a good guy or like, I mean, is he good? Because see, one of the things that I hear women say is that he's a good father. We're just not good together.
That's so stupid.
Why is it stupid?
I mean, what did? Okay, so you already had a kid with him, so there has to be some kind of sexual pleasure that took place where it was you sustained some type of rapport with each other for you to have a kid with him. So that's probably not the problem. If he's a good father, what is your rationale for not being with him?
This lady literally said, maybe she doesn't like him. That's what you establish before you have the kid.
You big dummy.
Then the other girl said, he might be boring.
What?
What? You couldn't have figured out if he was exciting enough for you before you brought his child to full term? This is very interesting. Let's see where this goes.
Point proven. Point proven.
Is that enough for a guy to be a good father in order for a woman to want to stay with him?
Shit, what the fuck else he gotta be?
Even though being a good leader in a household is a little bit more than being a good father, being a good father is a big job. It's a lot. And there's a lot of pressure on the leader of the household. Just because everything that happens in the entire situation, 9 times out of 10 is going to fall on the man. If a whole family ends up in poverty or crashes and burns, nobody's going to turn around and look at the woman and say, how did your family end up in that predicament? How did you guys end up like that? No, they're going to turn around and they're going to say, how did this man allow his family to end up in this predicament? He's accountable for even failure more than everyone else in the scenario. To just discount a man's ability to be a father, even though when a man is out of the house, the children are now more likely to end up in jail. They're more likely to end up not finishing school on time, end up getting GEDs, probably end up being criminals. This is all realistic when fathers are out of the home. This has all been proven that when dads aren't in the home, this is what happens. But we have people on this panel basically saying like, oh man, being a good father, like, man, you got to be a little bit more than that. I mean, in some aspects, yes, but I promise you, it's covering most of it.
You sustained some type of rapport with each other for you to have a kid with him. So that's probably not the problem. If he's a good father, what is your rationale for not being with him?
You just not like him or something, but
he might be boring. Yeah.
Anything. I just
point proven. Point proven.
Is that enough for a guy to be a good father in order for a woman to want to stay with him?
Shit, what the fuck else he gotta be?
All right, let me flip it.
Because if he's a good father, he's a good provider.
Wait. Let me flip it. Is it enough for a woman to be a good mother in order for you to want to stay with her?
Exactly. No.
I want to ask it on. I want to be fair, right? Is it enough for a woman to be a good mother in order for you to want to stay with her?
Talking to me?
Yes.
Shit, I can't speak. It ain't gonna be enough for me. Shit. Like,
What's wrong, Kimmy?
Well, I don't understand that. He says it wouldn't be enough for him, but then he's asking
I
why
don't
the
have
woman.
kids though either.
I think what also has to be considered is that men aren't looking for the same things in a relationship that women are. Men aren't looking to be provided for. Men aren't looking for you to protect them and keep them alive. So I think men have more room to have standards around how much he likes the woman, how much he enjoys her company, and he gets to actually pick her from a more romantic place. I think that men are more authentic in relationships because we don't have a hypergamous mind when we're handling women. We're really thinking about how you look, how you're going to feel when you're around us, we're going to feel when we look at you. It's more about just actually emotion, not the kind of emotion that women are used to, but our kinds of emotion, sexual emotion, just attraction in general is sort of the deal. And also just your ability to cooperate with us and ultimately create an environment that's sort of warm that we would want to raise kids in. And I think that stacking that up against a man providing for a woman for a lifetime isn't healthy in any conversation.
It's not gonna equate to me. I can't. So like,
No,
that's
Slimmy,
not
take it
gonna
away
that's
from
not
you.
gonna move the
He
needle for
wasn't
me.
speaking, he wasn't speaking about you. Take it away from him.
Well, shit. Yeah, that should be enough. That should be enough.
What? You are a oh
All over the place.
mm-mm.
Did you listen to what I just said?
If you've already had the baby, you don't get to now say, oh, I don't like him. He's boring. I don't want to raise the baby with this man. If that's what we're talking about here, I think that that's absurd. And I agree with Slimmy. Now it's too late to start thinking about, oh, is he boring? Do I like him? Does he make me feel good? Does he make me tingle? That's stupid. You got a kid. It's not even about you no more. See, that's the problem with modern families and why the marriage looks so bad. People don't even want to get married. I mean, I know that like inflation and like how bad the economy is has something to do with why people don't want to get married. But the other reason is just the climate of just how people are, the way women are. You aren't the same women of old. It's different. It's a whole different ball game.
Or you
I
just
just
want to
said
have,
we.
or you just want to make controversy. I literally said that should be enough for a man. If a woman is a good enough mother, then you shouldn't really have no reason to part ways unless she fucked up, like and she doing some fucked up shit.
And I think that a lot of guys who have already had the baby with the woman, again, it's the same thing in so many regards. If you've already had a baby with a woman, she's cooperative. You've already taken a really, really big step. It's probably bigger than marriage, the step you took. So from that standpoint, you probably could argue that for the man a little bit because you've already, if you can cooperate with the woman, you can get along with her. She can hit you up and talk to you about her new dude she dealing with. You can hit her up and talk about the new dude you dealing with. Y'all done already had a baby and y'all got that kind of rapport. Man, there's Negroes out here who be talking about how, oh yeah, me and my baby daddy, we best friends. What are you talking about? You talking about you can become best friends after having a child, but when you had the child, you couldn't figure out a way to just like get along just so that that kid could be at a statistical advantage instead of a disadvantage? It's like, come on. What are we doing?
A good
What's the
parent does not mean that they're a good spouse, though. Those are two different like avenues of life.
Okay, so
Even though that it's two different avenues of life, you establish if the person is a good spouse for you before you have a baby with them. What are you not getting about this? I get it. Yeah, you're supposed to like the person. You're supposed to be looking for compatibility on some level. Do that before you have the baby.
You don't have bad luck. The reason that bad things happen to you is because you're a dumbass.
if you doing your job as a parent, how could you be so far off as a spouse?
Because I could be neglecting you, my spouse, and be giving all of my love to my children.
Come
So
on, man.
like
We not,
But you might be amazing, mom.
they'll be doing this with the kids, but they don't do this with the husband.
that's not that's I don't understand why we talking about something this extreme, whereas this to me this kind of seems far-fetched. Like, how are you this good to the kids, but you don't sleep with your husband?
How, Sway? You ain't got the answers, man.
It happens
No,
every
a lot
day.
of them do. There's a lot of sexless marriages.
How did they have kids?
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's after the children.
Excuse me, what? We've already had a kid with each other. We've taken the biggest step that two monogamous people can take, and now we're just decided we're not touching each other. If this is rational to any of these women, they need to go get some help. They need to go to the nearest psychotherapist in their area and get evaluated. This is absolutely unbelievable.
Wants to have a kid. So let's just say you did that today, and then for the rest
It ain't
of
never. It ain't no one time. I don't know what you talking about. That ain't realistic. Just
Yes.
once.
So, Sammy, you think that if she's a good mother,
what I'm saying is, if someone is a good parent, what's gonna be the rationale for leaving?
A lot of shit.
It's like I could be a good chef and be a terrible baker. I mean, like you just don't have to be great in everything, even though they're similar.
Either way, are you staying, Slimmy, if she's just a good mother?
I already said that's not good enough for me because I don't have kids. I already said that, and y'all said take me out of it.
Right, we're saying in general. Like, do you see men staying?
I think men don't stay.
Hell no. I'm sorry, Sonny. I can't agree with you.
I think a lot of guys are staying just because of that.
I think a lot of black men are too, for sure. And I'm just seeing this in my personal life. A little bit of this is anecdotal. I'm seeing a lot of black men, even when you just go to your local Walmart, you see black guys and they're with their overweight black women or whoever, or they're women who like they just happen to have a kid with. You can just tell, it's just a look on their face. A guy who has had a baby with a woman that he has to see, and he's settling with her to do what's right, but that's not necessarily his first choice. But she's cooperating enough to where he's just deciding to be down with his family. And I think you see a lot of black men doing this. I think that a lot of black men will deal with more bullshit than people are even willing to discuss.
In most scenarios,
They probably be cheating.
Nope,
irrelevant.
I disagree 100%. Hell no.
You're
you
right.
Think dudes is bailing on women that are good mothers?
They're
I don't
cheating.
think being a good mother is enough, bro. The good mother alone. What if she's?
That's what Mika just asked me.
I know. What if she's difficult to deal with?
In what way?
What if she argues all the time? She's
Yeah,
not
like that. Like she got a mouth on her.
No, you shouldn't have had kids with her.
Because if the conversation is after you've already had the kid, but I do see a lot of scenarios where women flip after the baby, especially black women. Haven't you seen how black women are getting degrees after they have a baby? Then they make a little bit more than their baby dad. Then they're like, oh yeah, he's just not growing in the same pace as we just weren't on the same path. Then they start thinking like there's things where black men are sitting there and they were perfectly fine sitting there ready to raise their kids with the job that the woman originally was okay with, and just because she's starting to come up or she's starting to elevate financially in her mind, or because she got some whack ass liberal arts degree, that now she believes that he has to move on the same pace in that same direction. Women will decimate families because of this. And we're seeing it on Kendra G's show when she asked, why aren't you still with the father of your child? They go, oh yeah, he was a good guy. We just weren't like moving at the same pace. We weren't whatever. And those men were just sitting there ready to raise their kids. So I agree with Anton a little bit in the aspect of, yeah, like you shouldn't just because you had a woman, that doesn't mean she gets to just now not uphold to standards and start acting crazy in the relationship. But that's why like men need to care about their discernment and how they pick and so on and so forth. Don't try to get married in your 20s. Just follow the general rules. Pay attention to the statistics that have led other men to success. This is why some men don't even start dating until 40, because just understanding how difficult it is to figure all of it out. Let's go ahead and continue.
I don't understand how you
change.
get. No, ain't nobody changing that motherfucking much. Where you always arguing all of a sudden after we in a sexless relationship. No, it would have been there all the time. That's not realistic. That would have been something that was
It's
always
not
there.
true. I think that people put on their representative when they first meet somebody, and like Kim said, it only take one time to have a kid.
Nah, I think this
You
is
can.
far fetched.
I've
Like,
seen women.
you gonna see signs.
I've heard of women. I've heard of women in the military getting pregnant as soon as they get with a certain guy. Like the first time that they had sex, literally.
Man, that is some weird ass shit.
It happens all the time. People get pregnant as soon as they get with somebody.
Off one session?
Yes.
You got rape babies out here. It only take one.
It's just one.
I
Slimmy,
would-
it's not like they add up to make a kid.
Niggas just start shooting up the club? Or you talking about like what the fuck? They getting
Pre-cum.
free cum?
Not really sure if this is relevant.
They swim up there. Who cares? Do it matter?
People get pregnant all the time, bro, immediately.
No, they don't.
He's so depressed.
You're not really gonna know a person until you've seen them in a financial state, the sexual state, emotional state, a death in the family. You
Yeah, I
gotta
agree.
see people through their seasons.
I agree.
I don't.
What don't you agree with, sir?
That's just dumb that you see people at their lowest to think you know them. That's stupid.
You crazy.
Okay.
You don't know a person until you go through something with them.
Okay.
That's a fact.
No, it's not.
It absolutely is.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I said that already.
Contrarian Q's to the rescue.
It's not contrarian. That's just dumb that you think you have to see someone go through some fuck shit before you know. That's dumb.
If that's the case, and again, I have to bring up this statistic. If that is the case, then why is money, not infidelity, the number one reason why people break? Why is money the number one reason why people break up, if that's the case? Because that wouldn't be the factor. That wouldn't be a factor, right?
Does that mean you don't know somebody because you left them because of money? Like, I don't understand what you're saying.
It means that when you're struggling financially, when you're going through something with somebody, that's when you find out whether or not, that's how you find out whether or not people are willing to stick it out and hold it down. We hear people all the time.
I think that when you see a 80% divorce rates and then you're initiating it with women and when you see that women are initiating the divorces, but not just that, but you see a spike in the divorce rate and it goes up when their money goes past the man, they're more likely to divorce the man. That's on the women.
Hear people say it all the time. Man, when I was going through it, I ain't had no friends. Everybody disappeared, all of this other type of stuff. It happens all the time. All the time. Literally. Everybody disappear when people go through something. Friends, family, hanger-ons, people that you thought had your back, they disappear when you need somebody. Nigga, go move and ask somebody to help you to move. See how many people gonna come up.
I'm not buying any of it. I believe that if you have a baby with a woman and she changes after the baby, that was probably what she was always gonna do, or she was jacked up way before the situation even got to that point, and the baby was just the catalyst that broke the situation. Once you have a child with somebody and then you just say, oh, we're not compatible, that's stupid. Now you've put this child in a messed up position, and you should have established those things before the child got there. Bring it to term, let it start living, and then be like, you know what, we're not compatible. Now, there are some people, and I can attest to this in my personal life, that there are some people who literally did not even know who they were dealing with until after the baby came in. But I think that it's more men who go through that. I think men deal with that. I think men have babies with women, and then after the baby comes into the term, then the woman actually takes a good look at the man for the first time and then starts to leverage the baby. I think that's what tends to happen, and then the woman doesn't starts to see clear all of a sudden after the child comes into play. And I think we're seeing that happen to men more than women. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section. Hit the subscribe button, also hit the notification bell. Hit the subscribe button, also hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys on the next one.